The Law and Home Affairs Minister says small countries such as Singapore must have the military means and the social resilience to defend themselves. Shanmugam says that's because other countries will step in to help only if it suits their interests. He was addressing a workshop on the Russia-Ukraine war and what it means for Southeast Asia. Tan Sihui with this report.
No matter the reason, Russia's invasion of Ukraine is unacceptable. That's the position Singapore has held all along. Yet, its Law and Home Affairs Minister says the West and NATO are not blameless.
We also have to understand why a not insignificant number of Russians are fully convinced that Russia's invasion is justified and that Russia has been the victim of Western aggression. And the West has to reflect on whether Russia's concerns were adequately dealt with, even as NATO expanded.
Mr. Shanmugam says Russia and its security concerns were not taken seriously since the Cold War ended, and Russia has reason to believe the West acted in bad faith. Last December, former leaders of Germany and France said in interviews a treaty they brokered in 2014 to stop the fighting in Crimea was designed to buy time for Ukraine to arm up. It's these great power rivalries that's resulted in Ukraine suffering now. Mr. Shanmugam cites two principles at play here. The first is indivisible security, which means the actions of one state to enhance its security should not be at the expense of another. The second is self-determination, or the right of a state to choose its political alliances. He observes that these principles can sometimes contradict each other, and when that happens, great powers will often cite the principle that best suits their own interest. With this in mind, he says small states like Singapore must promote cooperation in its own region, not rivalry. It is also critical to be clear-headed when analyzing competitive geopolitical trends.
We have to look beyond the bluster, the headlines, the ideologically driven narratives to understand the facts.
And Singapore must continue to always act only in its interest and stand up for itself and its principles.